Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time, we had some very bad technical difficulties tonight. I don't know what was going on. The system was down. I don't know, but like all of my electronics today had problems. I'm going to tell you the funniest story. You're going to laugh. The stuff that happens to me, I be saying it's unreal. It's the stuff that happens to me is unreal. So I had an old phone, which wasn't really that old. I was just mad I had it for just like 4 months. 4 months. And I do everything on my phone. Everything on my phone. So it conked out on me. And the sad part about it is when it conked out on me, 5:18 in the morning, I had just found out that my favorite auntie had passed on. And I was calling family and everything. And the next thing you know, my phone conked out. When I tell you that is the worst thing in the world to have your phone comped. You can't contact anybody. This has taught me a lesson. You're never too old to learn a lesson. So my lesson that I learned out of that experience is from now on out to get me a notebook and put family numbers in that notebook so if anything ever happened to my phone, I have everybody's number. It was so bad that I didn't even have my children number because everybody had new numbers. I didn't have not one of my children's number. It was terrible. Only number I had was my mother because she had the same number, my husband, and my two sisters. That was it. Everybody else number, I was like, oh my god, I can't remember nobody number. This is crazy. And I didn't have a phone all Friday, so family was trying to get in touch with me. So that Saturday, when I finally did get my tablet to work, I'm so glad that I got my tablet to work. So when I got my tablet to work, I put a text now app on my phone and I was able to reach out to my cousin Monique and I called her up. And that's when she had told me that my aunt's son passed away too. So when I tell you grief hits the family very, very hard, that is a topic that we're going to talk about with grief and trauma because you never know when it's going to come. Like this was all of a sudden, we have to get ready now for two funerals. That's a lot. That's a lot of grief. We gotta analyze the situation. This happens in families all the time. I'm just using my family as an example because we lost two special people, our aunt and her son. So that is a lot. And can you imagine when we have tragedies as a mother and a baby being killed in a domestic violence incident? We have to think about all of these different traumas and the griefs that we deal with. And how do we handle that? And then we have family members that do the shaming and the blaming. How do we deal with all of these things in these situations? That's what we're going to talk about today. Because grief is real. It really is real. Um, like I told you guys, I had lost my stepdad a couple of weeks ago. Before I lost my stepdad, I lost another aunt, and it's just been my other aunt passed away. I couldn't make it to that. It's just like it's so many. You just can't make it to everything. It's so many. It's like back to back, back to back, back to back. And how do you deal with that when you want to make everything and you can't because it starts taking a toll on you? Going to this wake, going to that funeral, it started taking a toll on you. How do we deal with these type of things? What do we do? Well, I'm gonna tell you the first thing that you have to do is pray. That's the very first thing you have to do, and everything you do is pray and ask God for strength. That's the first thing you gotta do. And in all of it, you still have to keep your peace. You have to choose peace over chaos. That is the perfect thing to do. And I'm going to get into a discussion about this. We're going to talk about this, what it is, because everyone don't know what grief is. So we're going to take it from the very beginning of what is grief. And we're going to do some, I have some good, strong affirmations for us. And this is going to be a really good topic tonight because so many people go through grief. So this is what we're going to cover tonight. And I'm going to ask you guys some questions as well. First off, I'm going to ask you, what is grief? Do anyone know what grief is? If you know what grief is, you can type it in the chat. I'm going to explain to you. Grief is the emotional response to losing someone or something very important. Grief can come from death of a loved one, domestic violence, divorce or separation, loss of a child, losing a friendship or a relationship, losing your job, losing your sense of safety, and any kind of childhood trauma. And now I'm going to tell you guys about trauma. What is trauma? Trauma is an emotional response to deeply distressing or overwhelming events. And this is such affects your mind, and we talk about this all the time, your body, your emotions, and your relationships. And I'm going to give you some signs that you might be still carrying trauma. Always feeling on the edge, trusting no one, trouble sleeping, nightmares, anxiety, panic attacks, feeling numb, avoiding people or places, angry all the time over small stuff, feeling guilty that you survived, constant fear, and setbacks. So, those are the things that we deal with when we are dealing with grief. So, I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios and I'm going to see if anyone can answer the question, and then I'm going to give you the answer. Someone tells you it's been 2 years, you should be over it. What is your answer to that? Should you be over it or not? Let me answer that. When you are healing through a trauma of grief, loss, a job, a relationship, nobody can tell you when you have to heal. You heal on your own time. No one can tell you when you have to heal. So remember that. It's not a deadline on healing, it's healing on your own time. Scenario number two, a survivor laughs and smiles in public, but cries every night when they get home. Can someone look okay and still be hurting inside? Absolutely. Absolutely. You know how many people suffer in silence, walk around smiling and miserable as hell? Yes, they do it all the time. They do it all the time. So that's another yes answer. Scenario number three, someone avoids birthdays, holidays in certain places because it reminds them of someone they lost. Is that something you ever experienced? If you did, drop it down in the chat if you ever experienced this. That's right. There is no timetable on grief. That's right. It took you 3 years to even seek. That's right. That's right. And that's what people don't understand. That's just like when someone is healing from domestic violence or healing from bullying. It's not a time limit on healing. It's your own time. And sometimes people, oh, you should have been healed a long time ago. Everybody's different. You can't tell me how I heal, and I cannot tell you how you heal. Everybody heals different, and it's on everybody else's time, not on your time. It's on your own time. So remember that when somebody tell you how long it takes for you to grieve. You grieve as long as you want. Let me tell you something. I lost my sister. It's going to be 20 years. Every August the 23rd, every August the 23rd, every year since she's been gone, I relive it in my head. Every year, August the 23rd. Every year. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the phone call. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget going to the courtrooms, listening to the 911 tapes and all that stuff. Like, I'll never forget it. I will grieve my sister to the day that I die. But how I use my grief, I put it into a purpose to help other people. But I still grieve for my sister. I still miss her. I still wish she was here. I still wish she would have listened to me. And see, that's the thing when you're dealing with people that's dealing with trauma, they don't listen to you. They don't take your advice because they're so afraid. They're scared. You can't force it. The only thing you can do is like I did, is be there. Whenever they pick up that phone and they want to talk to you, you got to be there. Whenever they want to share some information, you cannot be judgmental. You just have to listen. There's nothing wrong with being a listening ear. You don't always have to give a response. So here we go. I have another scenario for you guys. That's right. It it never gets better. And everybody be like, oh, next year it'll never get better. It'll never get better. That pain never goes away. It never goes away. It never goes away. It never goes away. It never goes away. And I honestly feel like when I lost my mother-in-law, that was my second mom. I loved her like no other. Oh my God, I loved her like no other. And that's the same exact way I feel about my Aunt Mary. I love her like no other. Like it hurts so much that she's not going to be here no more. It's like all my queens are leaving me. My mother-in-law left me 2 years ago. Aunt Mary leaving me this year. It's like every couple of years, one of my queens is going home. It's crazy. And that's grief, y'all. That's grief. Even though I'm a facilitator, I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a founder, I still grieve too. I still grieve. I still hurt. I still cry. Don't ever think just because you have people out there that facilitate and they are motivational speakers and they advocate, don't think that they don't hurt too, because we do. And sometimes our hurt, we just put a lot of purpose into it. And that hurt brings out a blessing to somebody else. Because that was my whole mission when I started this podcast, to reach out to more people. Because I just felt like doing my support groups wasn't enough. We needed more awareness on not only just domestic violence. We need to cover everything. Everything needs to be covered. Not even only domestic violence, because the world we live in is crazy. Everything needs to be covered. Our children need to be covered. We got to know when we dealing with grief, how do our children feel? What do our children do? It's just like the topic just goes on and on about it. But today, I want to just ask you a few questions. What helped you through your darkest season? Drop it in the chat. What helped you through your darkest season? What helped you through your darkest season? Prayer, that's right. I'm telling you, that's what helped me. Prayer. I'm telling you, because when you in that dark season, can't nothing help you but some prayer. You can have a million people around you to lean on, but baby, it ain't nothing like getting down on your hands and knees and just asking God to give you that strength. I'm telling you, that's what brought me a mighty, mighty long way. Mighty long way. Prayer. Now, I have a questions that I want to go with you guys about grief. Why do families sometimes fall apart after losing a loved one? Do anybody have an answer to that? I'm going to tell you. Yeah, that's true because people can't do it. But I'm going to tell you this is the answer that we have. Grief affects everyone differently. Some people cry, some people become angry, some are withdrawn, and some try to stay busy. When emotions are high and communications breaks down, misunderstandings and confliction can grow. Sometimes old family hurts that were never resolved come to surface during those times of loss too. So when we're dealing with loss of loved ones, we have to balance what we say, stay respectful, and understand that that person that passed away had a relationship with everybody. This relationship might be closer than yours, or their relationship might be closer than y'all's. But that just does not mean that y'all both didn't love the person the same. It's just that everybody have a different relationship with people in their families, and that's okay. Because long as you have peace and not chaos, it's all right. That's true. And sometimes the person that passes away is the strong link in the family and keeps the family together. And that's when most families fall apart. When the strongest person that always held it together. But why? Why, when the strongest person passes away, why somebody else can't pick up where that older person left off, like a group of them? Like, okay, we used to have the family cookouts. The elders used to do this. All right, a group of us get together and we start it back. And that's how you keep legacy going. But nobody don't want to do it anymore. Nobody wants to be accountable. But when things are going, they want to take over. We have to build it together. It's better together than apart. Better together. And a lot of people wait until somebody else did it, then want to take all the credit. And that's not fair. And we have to stop doing that shame and blaming stuff. Have to stop doing that. Because again, everybody grieves differently. And you just don't know how that person is really feeling. Now here's another question. Is blaming someone helping anyone heal? Drop your thoughts down in the chat. I'm going to give you the answer to that. No. Blame may express pain or frustration, but it rarely brings healing. Healing comes through honest conversations, accountability when appropriate, compassion, willingness to support one another. Blame often creates more hurt instead of helping people move forward. And that's what we have to remember. For example, I'll use my stepdad as an example. My stepdad did a lot of stuff that I didn't approve of. But, however, when I went to the hospital and I looked in his eyes and I seen he was, looked at me clearly, clear as day, and was very apologetic. I seen it in his eyes and I immediately started praying for him. I asked God to take him to heaven. I immediately started praying for him right in that moment. And this is why I say you have to have a forgiving heart, even when you don't want to. And I did not even want to see him because how terrible he treated my mother. You got to understand at the end of the day, anybody that mistreats your mother have to have accountability for that. And you can't sugarcoat it. And you can't allow it. And you can't act like it's all good because it's not. And it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. So I was glad that he took accountability before he left this world for what he did. He gave me the look of I'm so sorry. Saw it all in his eyes. He opened his eyes and I said, "It's Kira J." He opened his eyes and looked clean, crystal clear at me. He knew it was me. He moved his eyes. He looked at me real strong with such sadness. Oh, it broke my heart. And I'm not a cold hearted person. I'm not a cold hearted person. And I see somebody when they die in bed. Only thing I can do for you is just pray for you. Just pray that God have mercy on your soul and take you into his kingdom so you can live forever. And hopefully in heaven, you'll be a better person than you was on earth. You'll have a sweeter heart. You'll be more kinder to people up there than you was down here. That was my prayer. If you made it into heaven. So that's why I say everybody grieves differently. Everybody don't grieve the same. Everybody don't. And we all can't say, oh, just because that person not crying a lot. How do you know if that person wasn't crying all week, every day at home? And that person done cried all week at home. Now that person at the funeral, they just numb because they done cried and prayed, cried and prayed, cried and prayed the whole time. But you at the church, oh, such and such wasn't crying at all. How do you know if they wasn't crying at home? So that's why you can't be so judgmental when it comes to dealing with grief because everybody handles it differently. All right, I have another question for you guys. What does forgiveness look like to you? What does forgiveness look like to you? Let me see. Yeah, I agree with you. Not at all. I agree. What does forgiveness look like to you when we forgive? It doesn't mean that we forgetting. It doesn't mean that we're forgetting what happened when we forgive, though. But let's talk about it. Forgiveness doesn't always mean forgetting what happened or pretending it didn't hurt you. It means choosing not to let anger control your life. It can be a process, and it doesn't always mean that the relationship returns the way it was. Sometimes forgiveness is about your own peace and moving on. So remember that. Sometimes you have to forgive for your own sanity and your own peace. Question number 4. Absolutely, I sure did. All the things that was done to me, I still, right in that moment, I prayed. I surely did. Right in that moment. Right in that moment. Because I saw this man laying there, lifeless, on his way out. And I have a heart. I have a conscience. I'm doing too many positive things to let something negative hold me down. No. Mm-mm. I don't want that on my heart. Nope. I didn't want that on my heart. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. I didn't want it on my heart. Because he suffered with PTSD and we found that out later on, He had a see, and again, people deal with things different ways. It was a tragedy. It was a trauma. He had his leg amputated. He became evil. We thought it was just evilness, but it wasn't just evilness. It was a complex case of PTSD. And see, when they don't go to the doctors and they don't do these things, you don't know it. You don't know what you're dealing with. That's why when you're dealing with someone that is sick, You have to make sure they go to the doctor, especially if you are the caregiver. You have to make sure they go to the doctor. Every doctor they're supposed to go to, you have to make sure. Call that doctor up. Listen, can you make a house call because something ain't right? You have to because you're going to be accountability for something if it goes wrong. And it's okay to take accountability for something if it's your fault, but not if it was something that had nothing to do with you and you're going to take the blame for it. Not at all. So it's really rough when we're caregivers because it's a lot when you're a caregiver. You want to make sure that the person is comfortable. You want to make sure that the person have all the medicines. And when you're dealing with someone that's not so nice and always being mad because they're in the situation that they're in because they didn't take care of themselves, they take that out on you. And that's a bad case of compulsive PTSD. We did that segment at my support group a couple of months ago. We talked about I think it was in June. We talked about different kinds of PTSD. So yeah, PTSD is really, 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 it is really. Now I have another question for you guys. How can we support one another even when we disagree? That's right. It's for my soul. That's right. Not his, because I want to go to heaven. I got a whole lot of people I need to get up there to see. I'm about to start making my list. Everybody going, I'm telling you. I got to make me a list so I can make sure I get there. All right, guys. So here's my next question. How can we support one another even when we disagree? That's a good one. How do we support each other when we disagree with each other? The first thing we're going to do is always, in all situations, is stay respectful. Long as you keep respect, even when you disagree, it won't get ugly. Because you can agree to disagree without being disrespectful, without the name calling. You can disagree like that. You don't always have to call a bunch of names, cursing somebody out, calling them bitches and all that. It's not necessary. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that at all. So, how do we disagree without it getting ugly? I love it. Show up without showing out. I love it. I love that. I love that. Now, the answer to this is we can listen without interrupting. And I just said this, speak respectfully, avoid gossip, avoid taking sides without knowing the full story, and remember that everyone is carrying pain. We don't have to agree on everything to treat each other, but we have to treat each other with dignity and respect. That was a real good question. Here's another question. How do we honor our loved one through the way we treat each other? How do we honor our loved one through the way we treat each other? That's a good one. How do we honor them? We honor them by showing love, kindness, and respect because that's what they would want to see. We honor them by supporting one another, and we keep checking on one another, and we keep choosing healing over division, and we choose peace over chaos. Okay? And we choose unity over cliques. And that way our family stays strong and your family stays strong. That's how you choose it. And their memory should inspire us to come together whenever possible and not allow confliction to define the family. And I just want to close with this reflection. Grief has the power to either divide us or remind us how precious we are. in how precious our relationships are. We can't change what's already happened, but we can choose how we can move forward. Let us choose grace over judgment, compassion over blame, peace over chaos, and unity over division. This is how we will begin to heal together. And now I want to share this with you guys. These are some different scenarios for the next segment. And I'm going to ask you a question. After the funeral, two family members began arguing over who did the most to help. Voices get louder, and people start choosing sides. What went wrong? What could have they done differently? Is that helping anyone heal? Okay, respect each other, absolutely. To love one another, absolutely. That's what they taught. To love one another. Now, what you think went wrong in this scenario? After the funeral, two family members begin arguing over who did the most to help. Voices get louder and people start choosing sides. What went wrong? What could have they done differently? And how is that helping anyone here? And the thing is, grief can bring out anger and frustration and turn pain into arguments and create more hurt. A calm conversation at another time would be way more productive. Oh, thank you, cousin. I appreciate you. Listen to this scenario. You didn't care, one family member says. You were never there when she was alive, so don't cry now. Now, I think that is like the most cruelest thing that you can say. You don't know why that person wasn't there. You just can't assume if you don't know. That's really cruel and mean to say. And it's not helpful. And should we judge how someone grieves? No. Again, people show grief differently. We may not know the full story behind someone's relationships and emotions. So basically, mind your damn business. Scenario number three, and this is a social media scenario. After a loved one dies, family members begin posting messages attacking each other on Facebook. And I'm going to tell you something. I've seen it a lot of times and just recently on Facebook. Please, if any of my family got any respect for me, do not publicly say anything to me on Facebook that's negative. Nothing negative. Please. Because I will straight block you. Period. So yes, that's just insane. And people do it all the time. Public arguments cause a big fights. It makes healing more difficult and it brings families further apart. Because why did you have to put all of that on Facebook and say all of those horrible, mean things? You got to remember, words really hurt. Someone might forgive you what you said to them, but they don't forget it because those words ring in your head. So you got to be really careful on what you say and how you say it because I forgive you, but I ain't forget what you said to me. So you always got to remember that. Everybody's going to have disagreements. Again, we agree to disagree. When you're an adult, you should know how to choose peace rather than chaos, and you should be able to know how to just bounce. Walk away. You don't got to stand there. You know what? A person can't argue by themselves. If somebody's saying something to you and you don't appreciate it, and you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth with this. Just walk away. Leave them there standing there looking stupid. Let them argue by themselves. You have to do that sometimes. You got to be the bigger person. Just walk away. I used to couldn't be the bigger person. I used to have to get the last word. I'm telling you. Now I just know how to walk away so good. When you get into that skin of unbothered and you just choose your peace and you don't want to be around the chaos and the nonsense, you'll just walk away. Trust me, you'll get to that point. You'll get to that point. It took me a while to get there because I'll be ready to rock. Who you talking to now? I just walk away. I ain't who I used to be. Just walk away. I'm not wasting my energy getting anxiety, attacks, and heart conditions, and all of these different problems because you getting stressed out from arguing with folk. They're gonna be the same way after the argument. So why waste your breath? Gotta remember that. Some people don't never want to change. Some people love arguing. Some people love chaos. And some people love drama. And those are the people you just leave them standing there. And here's another scenario, different ways of grieving. One sibling cries every day, another never cries. Someone says, "You must not care because you never cry." Is that a fair statement? Absolutely not. Because again, everyone grieves differently. Some express emotions openly and don't care, and then some cry in silence when nobody's around. Don't want nobody to see them cry. Don't want to upset nobody. So you got to think about that. So those are the different scenarios that I have for you guys. Blaming. After losing a loved one relative blames another family member for everything that happened. We hear that all the time. It was her fault. It was his fault. Does blame really help? What could help instead? Doesn't blame make more pain? Doesn't blame divide the family? So wouldn't it just be better to have an honest conversation with empathy and listen to both sides and try to heal and help each other? Silence is definitely stronger than words. Absolutely. That's why you just give them silence. Children are watching. This is a good one. Adults are arguing loudly at a family gathering after a loss. Young children are sitting nearby watching everything. How might this affect the children? What would this do? Little children seeing their aunts and uncles arguing. How would that affect them? It's going to make them confused. It's going to make them scared. They also going to wonder, right, this is how we handle confliction. So we got to think about that. And they're going to be wondering about respect and where are the role models here. So you got to think about that. You want them to be happy, safe, and secure. They can't be happy, safe, and secure if they see their aunts, their parents, their uncles, their cousins, all of the adults arguing and fighting. No, you can't do that. Reaching out. One cousin notices another family member has stopped answering calls and seems withdrawn. Instead of criticizing, they send a message: "I'm thinking about you. I'm here to talk." Would you consider that as a red flag or a green flag? A red flag or a green flag? What would you consider that? I'm going to repeat the question again. Listen to it. Reaching out is what it's called. One cousin notices another family member has stopped answering calls and seems withdrawn. "I'm thinking about you. I'm here if you want to talk." Is that a red flag or is that a green flag? Drop it in the chats. Red flag or green flag? And I'm going to tell you that is indeed a green flag because offering support without pressure, it shows compassion, it shows love, and it shows concern. And my final question is, love if you or a loved one could speak to your family today, what do you think they would say? If your loved one could speak to your family today, what do you think they would say? What we got? What we got? What you think they would say? I think they would say job well done. I definitely think they would say job well done. Let's see. What do you think? Right, guys. So now I'm gonna start with our strong affirmations. Next week we'll pick back up with part two of narcissists. We'll definitely pick back up with narcissists. But today it was on my heart to do grief because I'm really grieving, and I know a lot of my family is grieving. So I just felt like this was just like a perfect topic tonight to deal with grief. How do we deal with it? And I hope that this has really helped someone tonight. But tonight, before we go, I have some strong affirmations that I want to share. I give myself permission to heal. My pain does not define my future. I am stronger than what tried to break me. Healing is my journey, and I will not rush it. I can miss someone and still keep living. I choose hope even on difficult days. I deserve peace. My story is still being written. I will heal one day at a time. I am not alone. That is our strong affirmations. And now we're going to get ready to breathe in our strong affirmations. All right? Here we are. These are the affirmations that we're going to breathe in. I choose peace over conflict. I choose peace over conflict. I release blame and choose healing. Healing begins with grace. Peace is stronger than chaos. Today, I choose unity over drama. So, those will be our strong affirmations that we will be breathing in tonight. I'm going to get ready to put on our nice, relaxing music, and we're going to do a nice little exercise and just get in a nice, safe space so we can get ready to do our breathing. Put on some nice, relaxing music. Hey, tell me everybody smiling ain't for me. Everybody clapping ain't proud to see me win. Hey, tell me some doors got a close in my face. So better things can finally let me in. Hey, tell me stop begging folks to understand me. Everybody can't go with God taking me. Hey, tell me silence got more power than proving. And peace mean more than being seen. I used to take things personal. Now I just let it be. Cause what was meant to break me down ended up teaching me. All right, about to get ready to start our exercise. That's my song. This is the B.O.N.T music. That's what the pain taught me. All right, guys. We're going to get back into the pain in a minute. We got to get our relaxing music. All right. All right. Here we are. Get ready to unwind. Perhaps you might have your mouth a little dry. I'm going to take my sip now, also, too. If you have a mirror, go get your mirror. If you don't have a mirror, reach out to me and you can get one of my. See my mirror? You are worthy. I have a lot of pretty mirrors, constant reminders that you are worthy, you are enough, you are strong, and never give up on you and pour into you. All right, guys, get ready. All right, we're gonna get ready to get into a nice, relaxing space. Sit in your chair nice and comfortable. Get in a nice, relaxing position. Did everybody take a second and get them something really cold so your throat don't get really dry? All right. Remember, the segment that we just did tonight was grief. In all situations when we are dealing with grief, we want to always choose peace over chaos, unity over division. So we want to remember that when we're dealing with grief, with the loss of a loved one, loss of a job, loss of a relationship, in all situations you want peace. And remember, God will and God can give you strength. He did it for me. And it doesn't matter if you're Muslim, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, if you're Buddhist, it doesn't matter. We all serve one God. And He can do it for you no matter what your religion is. So I just wanted to let you guys know it don't matter what your religion is. He'll do it for you. So right now in this moment, I want you to just close your eyes. And I just want you to just think of just peace, serenity with me. Just meditate for a second. Just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to just take your neck and take it to one side, and then take it to the other side. And then we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it again, and to the other side, and to the other side. Now we're going to still keep our eyes closed because we're still in meditation. We're just going to take our arms and stretch them out. Stretch them out wide like this. Yes. And put them down by side. And stretch them out again, nice and long. And then put it back down by your side. And one more time, you're going to just stretch your arms out. I do this with my ladies every Wednesday. And then you're going to just put it back down and just feel it all in your arms. It feels good, right? So now, guys, I want you to repeat after me, right in the comfort of your own home. I choose peace over conflict. I choose peace over conflict. So we're going to breathe in peace and we're going to release conflict. If you hear my voice, I want you to breathe it in nice and slow. I'm breathing in peace. I'm breathing in peace. Breathe with me, nice and slow. Release the conflict. Again, breathe in peace. You want that peace. You want that serenity. You want that positivity. Breathe in peace. And breathe out chaos. Again, breathe in peace. Hold it right there. Breathe out the chaos. Breathe in healing. Breathe in healing. And release blame. Release blame. Again, breathe in healing. Breathe in healing. All right. Release blame. Again, breathe in healing. Nice and slow. Breathe in healing. Release the blame. Breathe in healing. Breathe in healing and grace. Breathe in healing and grace. Breathe in healing and grace together. And release guilt. Breathe in healing and grace. And release all of the guilt. Gotta let it go.
And it's who sins? Mine?
Again,
or yours?
Breathe
Everyone in
in
the capital
the
knows
healing.
no woman survives a night in the king's.
Breathe in healing. Breathe in healing. And release the guilt. One more time. Breathe in healing and grace. Nice and slow. Hold it. Release the guilt. All right, guys. This will be our last breath. Today, I choose unity over drama. So we're going to breathe in unity and we're going to release the drama. All right. Let's breathe in that unity. Nice, strong unity, 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 unity. Let's breathe it in. Unity. Release the drama. Unity, unity, unity. Let's breathe it in. Unity. All in the atmosphere. Unity. Release the drama. One more time. Let's breathe in unity, 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 unity. Let's breathe it in. Unity together. Better together, better together. Let's breathe it in. Now let's release it. Yes. One more time, guys. One more time. This is the last breathe, the last breath. Last time we're going to breathe. I want to make it nice and long. Unity, unity, unity. We're breathing in unity, unity, unity. Positivity, love, family. Let's breathe that in nice and strong. Unity. Let's breathe it in. And release the drama. All right, guys. Thank you for choosing you. Peace over chaos. And unity over drama. That's how you deal with grief, guys. You choose your peace. and leave the chaos. And you choose love and unity and you leave the drama. Thank you guys for tuning in to B.O.N.T, a safe space for healing, awareness, support, and survival. And this is your host, Kira. This is your host, Kira. I hope you enjoy. I'm checking to see. Yes, you definitely need a mirror. Before we go, we're going to just do our strong mirror affirmations. Okay. These are affirmations that we go through every week. Get your mirrors out. Whoever needs a mirror, don't worry. I got you. I will get you a mirror. And I have a self defense event that'll be coming out September the 5th. It's a free event. Come out for self defense. I'm registering 50 ladies. After that, that's the capacity. No more than 50 ladies. After I get to 50, that's definitely gonna come. That's it. So save the date, September the 5th, free self defense class with support and awareness. So you can't beat that. Okay. So we are doing our strong affirmations, and I have to close with this right here to say in my mirror. Today I choose freedom over fear, courage over comfort, hope over hopelessness, and healing over hurt. I will not allow my past to define my future. I am worthy of love, respect, peace, and happiness. Every breath I take reminds me that I am alive. I am growing, I am healing, and I am walking in my purpose. I deserve love, and I am powerful, and I am resilient, and I am unstoppable. And I love myself, and I am amazing, and can't nobody tell me different. Deuces. That's our strong affirmation that I gave to the ladies at my support group also. And we practice this in the mirror and we record ourselves. So it's really cool. So one day we'll do that with you guys online. I'll let you check it out. Let me see how you like it. You take your mirror and you do your strong affirmation and you record yourself. And how that goes is I'm about to show you. You can play that video for yourself every day. Hopefully, I might not have the video, guys, because I have a new phone. Let's see if I still got the video from last week. Let's see. It was a great segment, too, with the support group. And we're doing outside awareness. So, outside awareness has been amazing, showing up in different places. Okay, here it goes, guys. Okay, am I recording ready?
Ready.
All right.
Lord.
I love myself.
I love myself. I love myself.
And I don't care who don't love me.
And I don't care who don't. I don't care who don't.
I am a priority.
I am a priority.
Never anybody's option.
Never anybody's option.
I deserve safe love.
I deserve safe love.
And I will not tolerate unhealthy love.
And I will not tolerate unhealthy love.
Because I have boundaries
I have boundaries.
and they have to be respected.
And they have to be respected.
Because I love myself.
Myself. And I love myself.
And I am amazing.
And I am amazing.
And can't nobody do nothing about it.
And can't nobody do shit about it.
Because I'm unstoppable.
Because I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
I'm unstoppable.
And I can't be stopped.
And I can't be stopped.
And I won't be stopped.
And I won't be stopped.
And I'm always ready for my next and my new.
And I'm always ready for my next and my new.
And I'm always ready for my next and my new.
And I'm always ready for my next and my new.
I love myself.
I love myself.
All right.
And you know what I'm going to do?
All right. So
I'm not
see,
gonna stress.
that is our
That's
strong
right. And I'm
affirmation
never going to stress.
that we do.
Listen,
We do this every closing of every support group. We close out with our strong affirmations, the same way I close out my podcast with a strong affirmation. That's something to encourage you. It's something for you to hold on to for the rest of the week. And remember, grief takes time. It's on your time, not anybody else's time. And it's okay not to be okay. Nobody's perfect. It's not a race. It's okay. It takes time. In any grief you're going through, it doesn't have to always be the loss of a loved one. It could be the job, the relationship. It could be your children. It could be anything. You could have lost your pet. I mean, I'm just saying because some people love their pets. So, any grief situation, just breathe. Take your time. Don't rush. All right, guys, this is your girl, Kira. I got a lot of events coming up, guys. A lot of events. I got a big announcement to make, but I'll make it as it get closer to the date. I don't wanna jinx anything, so I'm not gonna say anything. But I do have some things that are gonna be coming up that you're not gonna want to miss. And I'll have flyers and stuff out for those things too. But everyone have a safe week. Always watch your surroundings. Always have you a nice cold beverage. This is one of my favorites right here. White berry tea. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Very good. And it's healthy for you. Not a lot of sugar either. So stay dehydrated because this weather is crazy. And hope to see everyone next week. And then after next Monday, I'll be on vacation till September. So we will close out next week with our segment on narcissists. We'll finish that up and then we'll close out and then we'll be back in September. So everybody have an awesome rest of your summer. If you're not able to catch me next week, have an awesome summer. Remember safety first. Watch these kids in these pools because every time I turn around, somebody's kid is drowning. Please watch these kids in the pool. I'm so leery about the kids being in the pool. If you're not physically there and you know they can't swim, don't let them go. That's all. And then you don't have to worry about it because if you're not there, the lifeguards don't always pay attention. Whoever got the kid ain't paying attention. And just that quick, that kid drowned. It only takes a second. So just be very, very careful with the kids in the water. And enjoy your summer and always watch your surroundings because we have a lot of crazies out there. So make sure you always watch your surroundings. It's been a lot of muggings that's been going on for the month of July. So just watch your surroundings. Always watch your surroundings and have something on you for protection. Because people don't care about you and they will hurt you. So you gotta always think like it's either me or them. So always have you some kind of protection. And at my self-defense event, I will be selling mace. I will be selling mace because it's needed. So I will definitely be having some different kind of maces for the ladies.
And I'll be having prizes where you can win some too. Alrighty, guys. I think that's about it. I'm about to go eat some dinner and get my segment ready for my support group on Wednesday. And if anybody's interested in coming out, I believe this Wednesday that we're going to be at Elmwood Park in East Orange. So if anybody wants to come out and join us. Come out and meet us in person. Come out and get some strong affirmations. Come out and get some keychains because I'm always giving something away and I always have some literature for you to educate you. So come out. This also will be our last week of outside awareness too. So this will be the last week for outside awareness, and next Monday will be the last week of the podcast, and I'll be back in September. All right, guys, have an awesome night. Deuces. Love you, cousin Kima. Thanks for coming on, baby girl. I got to acknowledge my cousin. That's another one of my faves. I love you, girl. All right.